Hey, y'all, we have an exciting soap today from Stirling Soap Company and kind of from Barrister and Mann.
It's a Christmas morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack. They're a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you.
They would. And for our mention today, our friend Peter at Spot Prince logged onto our Santa Live last year with his little one. And they had so much fun that they joined us again this year for Instagram Live. And they created a special shaving bowl just for Santa to use in the North Pole. Santa let us borrow it just for this episode because he needs to come back and get it so he can do his one time a year shave on Christmas Day.
Y'all, is this amazing? And I was wondering, what Christmas colors might Catherine have chosen for this bowl? Well, it's the red and white of the candy cane, and then it's the green and red of traditional Christmas colors, and then the gold to go along with the frankincense and myrrh. What a gorgeous design. Catherine Santa was over the moon about this. He barely even let us borrow it.
True.
And the best part, y'all, look at what Spot Prince can do. It even came with a little letter from Catherine to Santa that he can keep forever. So y'all, this is such a treasure. Thank you, Catherine, for letting us give this to Santa Claus. And he extends again his heartfelt thanks for this very special gift. He doesn't get that many gifts because he gives them out, so
true.
Thank you for this. And if you would like to procure anything from Spot Prince himself, you can check out Spot Prince 3D on Etsy. There are amazing things over there. And what is our soap today as we leave our Christmas episodes begrudgingly?
Our soap today is called Cool Blue, and it's actually an homage to the original Floyd Blue.
Y'all, I am over the moon for Amber. This is my first experience with Floyd Blue, and this is the exact scent oil that was used by Barrister and Mann to create their version, which they retired, and now they are using it over at Stirling. We are so excited. Let's meet the soap! So y'all, one of the cool things that happens on Black Friday in the wet shaving world is that Stirling Soap releases 8 trial soaps that they're kind of sending out in the community to see how we like them. Some of them might end up as seasonals, some might end up as perennials. Some may not. They are 3-ounce soaps, and they come with a 1-ounce splash at a reduced cost, just to see what the community might think about them. And we grabbed most of them, y'all. So from the Black Friday email from StirlingSoap.com.
We owe a huge debt of gratitude to the master himself, Will Carius of Barrister and Mann fame for this scent. This is the exact fragrance used for his cool scent, which is based on the iconic Floyd Blue, an Italian barbershop staple.
So hold on. Will, Floyd Blue, Italian, barbershop, cool. Y'all, I was so excited about this, I bought the EDT Sight Unseen, and let's make sure it's in this box. We are not even through last year's Black Friday soaps yet, y'all. That's how exciting this is. Oh, there's a little invoice. Let's see.
This is the box that showed up smelling really good.
This might be like 9 pages long. Oh, thank you for your order, Marcus. Happy holidays from Randy.
Thanks, Randy.
This is awesome. Y'all, I don't even know what to do with it.
That's
oh my God.
blue, but that's not the right
There's
blue.
like 9 of these.
Hold
We're
on.
going to have to find
here's
okay,
one.
hold on. Oh, wait, you got one. Wow, that was good. Right out of the box. You found it.
And then, okay, that's the EDT.
Oh, that's the EDT. That's the only EDT we got from the Black Fridays, but I didn't want to miss out.
I'm looking for blue here. Let's see.
It says mentholated.
It does.
Oh, there it is. You did it. Oh, wow. Oh, we love the little sizes. Let me take this out of the box.
We got
there they are, the 3 amigos. It is time for a blue first impression.
Very honest.
That is darling. It said 100 milliliter, and they crossed it out and hand wrote in 2 ounces. So
all about the Stirling vibe,
worth
you know?
A lot of extra money as an error.
Yes.
On the opening night playbills for Oklahoma in New York City on Broadway, they forgot to add the exclamation point at the end. So the ushers, before the show, hand wrote the exclamation points. And if you can find one on eBay, they are worth a pile of money. And welcome in Elaine Stritch from Broadway's Sail Away with Noel Coward. And here we go. Time for a first impression. Take it in.
Cool blue. I see the menthol here, y'all. Okay. Let's see. I do like this size for my little hand.
I know.
Oh, I feel like I'm in an Italian barbershop.
Yeah?
For sure.
What do you get?
Okay, hold on. There's a lot of herbs in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like real kind of. I know it's called blue, but I get a little greens in here as well.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I'm excited because she knows her barbershops, y'all.
Okay, it doesn't have anything powdery at all, so
Okay.
none of that type of a barbershop.
Got it.
But I do feel like it has, like, sometimes you read sage on there or
Ooh.
different, like, real herbs I feel like are
Very
in here.
herby.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then it
Like basil sometimes we see on barbershop, like
it's
that kind of a
something
thing?
in that genre.
Oh,
But like
nice.
that's what's making it real to me.
Right.
So I do feel like it's something that would be back in the day kind of a
Right.
thing going
Yes.
on for the Italian barbers here.
Right. This is very often described by the brethren as an old school barbershop.
And we've done so many of the classic aftershaves.
Right.
I would throw it more in that category. Like it
Good,
really
good,
does
good.
fit that
Yes.
authentic bill of like OG barbershop kind of sense.
Right, yeah.
At the end of the whiff, I do get the little menthol kind of blue coolness coming
Nice,
through.
nice.
But I for sure get a more masculine, put together, this could be a daily scent that you just throw on your face, a little menthol wake you up mode, and
Love
let
it.
you out the door. I'm actually so glad you got the EDT because I'm curious to smell it in that formulation
good.
too.
Good. So you don't think I'm going to be disappointed?
I don't think so. I think it really has that almost when you want to go back to like what brought wet shaving on in the first place. Like
Right.
there's something about that really
Right.
coming through here. I'm impressed with that side because you think a barbershop. You think you have the vibe figured out, but there is a space for this
Right.
kind of Floyd Blue homage going on in our den.
And Will at Barrister & Mann does call it the Archive series. So he's done similar things with Old Spice and with Gillette Sunup. So
Right.
I love that this is indeed capturing those original days of the beginning of wet shaving when Kingsley Gillette figured out the safety razor.
But to me, it smells like, because we've done a lot of the more like throwback scents,
Right.
this reminds me of something like we've said before, that they're herbs and things that you would have had around.
Right.
Like that you would
Right.
take to the factory and try to get it together. Like it reminds me of that type of a vibe.
That's what we liked about 1147 or 4711 or whichever.
Right,
one,
right.
Because it is so old.
Yeah.
It was, of course, not made of modern day chemicals. It was made of the real stuff, and it has that vibe to it. So I love that you can kind of maybe smell the 40s in here.
I really feel like if I was watching like an older movie in the 40s, like probably half the gents in the room would have a little bit of
What
this
were we
on.
watching the other day and he was shaving? Oh, Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
Gene Wilder shaves with a straight edge. And he does it at the speed of light. Does this smell like the Waco Kid might smell?
He's a little more rough around the edges. I feel like he'd be more the Floyd Amber. I think this guy has more of a little put together button up. I don't say suit, but back in the day, the
Right.
everyday clothing had the button up, you had the pocket for your pen, everything was kind of a thing.
This might be Sheriff Bart.
I really want you to get your nose in here. I want to see how this strikes you because
Whoa.
you're way more connected with the classic aftershave homages.
Right.
So see what our nose comes out. Maybe like an archival kind of back in the day. So.
Okay, I'm excited about this. Here we go.
Give him a minute.
Y'all, I expected this to be very sweet. It's not. And when it's not, my brain gets a little scared. Because for me, when you start pulling away the sweet, you also start pulling away the charm in a certain way, kind of the same way with people. Here's what I love. I love that while they've dialed back the sweet, what's left had better be awfully charming if you're not going to have that sweet note in there. And y'all, it is. And these are notes that generally my nose might be a little about, but the way they've come together in this is wild. And the first thing my brain is identifying is there is a bit of a patchouli in this.
Oh,
but it's in a beautiful way. So the first thing my nose did was find the thing I'm not going to like and see if I like it. And it was like, yeah,
I guess
you
we
like
do.
it. Now let it build from there. Hold on.
Ooh, I knew there was a masculine kind of thing happening. I just wasn't sure what.
Oh, I love that there's oak moss in this, and then generally, where oak moss will begin to take on the character of like Glastonbury or Varenne, it
right.
does not go that far. It takes you halfway there, and then the car wheel makes a big old right-hand turn, and that's where it goes back into the 30s and 40s for me. So it starts with that super dry masculine sense of that patchouli and that oak moss. But then they bring in the charm and those other characteristics, balance those out in a way I didn't think was actually possible. I thought those were so strong as singers that nothing could balance out the oak moss in Varennes or Glastonbury. But y'all, this does it. Hold on. And I love that there are 2 doors to this barbershop. Yep. My brain took the back door. So I found the patchouli, I found the oak moss, I found the dirty gritties first. The other door, oh, y'all, the other door is glass and chrome and beautiful, polished tools. The other side is that masculine, masterful barbershop where when you walk in, you are just going to be pampered. They're going to call you sir. They're going to make you feel like $1 million. That's the other side of this. And the charm in those lights is prevalent enough to completely balance out the dirties and spices in the undercarriages of this. What a beautiful balance this is. And I am so grateful. Look at my face, because we were too late for Will's version of Sunup. I am so glad that Stirling has recreated this. They did the same thing with Baker Street when another cherished artisan stopped making a particular soap, but the community was like, no! Rod and Mandy rode in on a shiny white horse to save us all. And I am so grateful I got to experience this one. I am only now starting to get to know it.
Right. I do really feel like I'm in the Back to the Future movie, like the clothes that they were wearing every day. It's more that vibe to me.
Oh, 100%. This is almost what I expected 1955 to smell like.
Right.
Y'all, what a beautiful scent. And y'all, I am not embarrassed to say that about a month ago, I proclaimed I had the best shave of my life. It was with an Apex razor, and it was with a Stirling soap. So I know that Stirling tends to have a reputation for being where value meets quality. But y'all, the capital letters are quality. This is an amazing product that really has no business being as cheap as it is.
And we get to break in our new bowl.
We do, and I am just going to smush the soap into the ridges like I'm trying to ground chocolate into carpet, just so you can't get it out again. You're making a mess. And then I'm going to hit it with my bougie sprayer. So, y'all, we're just going to bloom the soap like this, wet it, let the water hang out at the bottom of the bowl. Oh, you know what's cool? I'm getting the patchouli and the oak moss now. Are you smelling that?
Now that you named them, I knew I knew them, but they were so blended, it was hard for me to pull them apart.
And then once you break it open, then you get the others. The subtle sweets and the herbs.
Something that's turning it blue at the end.
Right. And this, y'all, this is the best $12 you will ever spend in the wet shaving world. This is probably in my top 3 shaving brushes. Something about the shape, something about the size, something about the way I can use it like a pencil, not only in the bowl, but on my face. This is the brush we got our godson for Christmas.
His first brush. We had to go with this one.
Well, I mean, you don't want to get him a trotter for his first brush, let's be honest. Ooh, and then I'm going to go forwards, backwards, and then I'm going to rotate my little brush, give those bristles a new orientation, the patented Barbershop Duet brush spin. Then I'm going to do it again, start to build up that lather in the bowl.
Oh, I'm getting wonderful whiffs over here. I really feel like I'm at a barbershop somewhere. They said Italy, so maybe it's more like a shore.
Right. Oh, and you know what? That is worth a conversation. I do not get an American barbershop out of this, and Stirling Soap Company has cornered the market on the American barbershop because their barbershop, y'all, when Rod ran out of scent oil a couple of months ago, I thought there was going to be a riot. There was like a caravan heading to Paris, Arkansas. No! So I love that this goes exactly the other way because that one has its charm in its sweetness. This has its charm in other ways.
But I feel like there's something coastal about it, like the cold ocean air or something is what's making the blue hit.
Right. And I love that it gives you a little bit of the heat before it turns on the air conditioner so that you know it's not winter and you're turning up the menthol. You have a sense in here that there's a beautiful warm summer day going on and the menthol is there to soothe your soul.
Oh, that lather is overflowing out of your new bowl.
I'm telling you, there is just something special about it.
I think he does like a nice epoxy layer on the inside.
Yes, right.
Because it looks extra shiny when you show the camera.
And it's not just a thin layer of epoxy. It's like a gym floor. It's awesome. So, Catherine, look at this. Look what Santa has to look forward to for his once-a-year shave. Look at that lather. Y'all, I know we never discuss lather unless it's for Santa Claus. But what a beautiful lather that is. And may I do the honors and put just a little on your face. Now, do you feel like you got a guy with a leather strap getting ready to shave you down?
Yes, and I'm in some sort of like time warp traveling here. It's wonderful.
I love building a face lather with this brush show because look at this. Look at this. You can dive down into all that soap that you buried into the bristles, and it just knows exactly what to do when it hits your face. Let's have a grown-up conversation. I love Varennes. I love Glastonbury because of how different they are, not just from Stirling, but from anybody in the wet shaving world. but they are scents that I don't always like to have so permeating my face. I'm still getting to know them. I'm still getting to appreciate them. To cover my face with them was a little much when it came to the oak moss and the patchouli. Y'all, if you are on a similar journey, because she already is in love with our oak mosses, if you're on a similar journey, the other notes that are balancing those two specifically out in this are magical and are the way for you to begin to truly appreciate what's happening inside of this patchouli, inside of this oak moss.
Are you feeling this menthol, by the way? I forgot.
Really am, and now I'm scared there's not going to be oak moss in this. Can we please take a look at the scent notes? All right, y'all, the scent profile for Cool Blue.
Bergamot, lemon, lavender, there's
Here
the
we go.
barbershop.
Here we go.
And mint, surprisingly.
Love that. I don't think it's a peppermint, but we'll put a pin in that. And then,
Petitgrain, you mentioned that earlier.
love it.
Labdanum, oak moss.
Y'all, there it is. I'm surprised there's no patchouli, but I would bet my hat that there is patchouli under the surface of this 100%. Are you getting that?
I now that you're saying it, I want to dive in and see if that's what I'm getting first. No. Interesting. I don't think I get it that much. Maybe the petitgrain is what, to me, and the lavender, like some of those together.
Yeah, but see,
Let's see. Yeah,
definitely
there.
getting like a fractal patchouli note in this. But you know what? Let's see what we get when we explore the splash. 'Cause this is where the more pure form of the scent is going to exist.
All right, let's throw it. There might be
in my
menthol,
money,
so just be ready. The
Let's see
menthol may hit here, my friend.
Oh.
I think I got it on the dog. Sorry, lady.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it was the labdanum. I think it was the lavender and the moss that was giving me the sense of patchouli when it hit the petitgrain. But this is a whole different
the bergamot, lemon,
experience.
mint, that's happening.
Big time. Those are your three amigos that are jumping out at this. And the rest of this is El Guapo's gang that's kind of hiding under the surface.
Like I get a blue image now,
This
which
has
is so funny.
plethora of scent notes.
And that menthol hit at the end is super refreshing.
And
My
I think
goodness.
the mint note leads into the menthol in such a beautiful way because they're not the same. They're not using the menthol for the mint note. There's a mint note in here, but it transitions you down into that menthol in such a beautiful way. Peppermint has menthol in it naturally.
Okay, smell this now, because I think that was the herby thing that I thought I was getting, but then it took a swap with the oak moss lab. It's a whole adventure.
That patchouli is almost turning into a leathery note for me now. Do you get that?
I feel like I get more the Italian thing at the very end.
Right.
Something just makes me feel like I transported or traveled somewhere
Now
else.
I get this. Yeah, you can come in the back door of this barbershop and find all the spices first, but I suggest you grab that cool chrome handle of the front door and yank it open because you're going to be met by the blue, the mint, the labdanum. Even the moss in this is beautiful in that way.
And I gotta say, the splash here did get a little sweeter.
It did. It did.
The bergamot lemon.
Right, not to the point where you'd even say it was a sweet soap, I don't think.
Right.
But a little of that sweet
Where this
charm
gentle side
came
kicked
back.
in, yeah. The good news is we also have the EDT if we want to take this a little deeper. my
And we
friends.
only have a small handful of EDTs from Stirling. I would be so excited to compare the aftershave. DP, let's go.
Aren't you glad you splurged before they went away? You could get this?
It's one of the best values in the business. And look at these beautiful Emerald City bottles that we package the EDTs in. All right, here we go.
All right. I wonder how the menthol, I mean, obviously there's not menthol in this, I'm guessing, but the scent might come through.
Some artisans will put a synthetic menthol into the EDP or EDT, so it still
to
gives you a
smell.
tiny bit of that cool blast without a real concentrated
Let's
menthol
see.
needing to go on your face.
Where we at now?
Whoa, are you getting this? Those dark spices are even more hidden. I'm getting the blue now. I'm getting the mint. I'm getting the petitgrain.
Right.
Mixed with the mint in the top notes. Because generally petitgrain is kind of hiding in the basement to jump out and scare you. Wow, this is beautiful. And you know what I love? This does not have a complexity to it. Hold on, because some of the best food in the world made by master chefs has 4 ingredients. No. It's the balance of this that is smart and artistic. Somebody labored over this. And I love that it doesn't hide the scent notes, but it's in a balance where you can either go in and discover them separately or this whole new personality that they have made. And you can kind of choose which direction you want to go.
Imagine if this was your scent that you wore every day and they discontinued it. I can see why the world freaked out.
Yeah, y'all 30 years with this on your shoulder and then it's gone. Thank God the Stirling brings it back.
And I feel like we're getting all like the big scope of what this scent did the time it came out. Like what it was, because you had the Floyd Amber, Floyd Blue. And I can see the certain type of gents that would vibe towards one or the other are having the options of both even.
And if you are lucky enough to remember your great-grandfather, this is something that he might have smelled like. This goes back to the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And what I love is if you are to get a bottle from the 30s, it is going to smell a little dated. We have a bunch of vintage bottles of Grandpa's Eau Colognes and aftershaves. I love that Stirling, that Will at Barrister and Mann, that Douglas at BAA, they know when these scents need to be archived, not just so we can wear them and smell and feel good, but because our memories are so closely linked to scent. This is the scent of our great-grandfathers, even better than those original bottles are going to give us today. And thank you for knowing how important it is for us to remember not just what they looked like or sounded like, because those things can fade. We can always remember what they smelled like and what it was like to be sitting next to Grandpa in his favorite chair while he's telling a story. And, well, at Christmas time, you could do a lot worse. Now, I know this is super masculine, but in like an Italian way.
Right.
Is it wearable by a female in our audience?
You know, after smelling this version, I got a little bit more of the bergamot, the lemon, the lavender side.
Right.
And I feel like on me, that's what kind of picked up a little bit. But the vibe that I'm getting, I don't know if this will make sense, but it's almost like if you are running around all crazy all day and you reach into your purse and you get the mintiest gum that you could have. How you feel after chewing that gum and just that mint hit, the waking up.
Of it,
exactly. Right? That's the vibe I'm getting from this. So I know some people see menthol and they kind of get a little nervous, but I just feel like it's that afternoon pick me up, like I am ready for the day. This doesn't have to be like summer-ish. I think from reading those scent notes originally, I was like, oh, maybe this is more a summer thing, but no, this could be an everyday, all year, whenever you want it scent.
And y'all, I love my citrus, but I'm generally not a fan of citrus in perfumery or how they do it. It kind of has to be particular for me. And a lot of the artisans will tell you citrus is tricky to do.
Yeah.
But this is in a much different way. Somehow he's gone into the heart of the lemon, into the heart of the bergamot, and taken only parts of it out. Y'all, while I need to be won over with citrus, this is the citrus that is up my alley. Just the Marcus parts of the lemon and bergamot are there. Not enough for you to even identify them as fruits, but for them just to sit on your shoulder in a beautiful, clean, sunlighty way. When I'm from California, that helps too.
Well, I know you've been on a search for like the Marcus clean scent.
Right.
This could be almost one of the aftershave throwback versions of what that would be.
Yep. And I love that for me, there is a tiny bit of like a leather or a record vinyl or a something scent under this to give you a perspective of the clean, because a lot of times without the quiet, you wouldn't know how loud that song was. And I love that within this, there is something at the very bottom for you to stand on so that you can get a sense of how beautiful and clean that mint and lemon take you through the ceiling.
And if this was the standard in an actual Italian barbershop, I get its purpose too. Like anyone, like I feel like any type of gentleman would enjoy this scent.
Right. I really want to take a bottle of Stirling Barbershop down to my barber, which is about 6 doors down from here, and be like, hey, dude, just about every third guy, put a couple of sprays on there without telling him and see if you end up getting a reputation for making guys smell super good after their shaves. I bet.
Right? Didn't host Wade say that? He's like, he went to go get his haircut or something and he had it on and he kept getting compliments. Like, what are you wearing, man?
Sometimes barbers use those scented powders that Doug Lane sent us that we showed on the show a couple weeks ago. So sometimes there is a scent involved. I wonder if they would use something like that.
Interesting.
They probably should. My town isn't known for smelling the best. We do get low tide. So it's pretty simple. Y'all just be a dapper Italian gentleman who has worn Floyd Blue on his shoulder for decades. And then you go down to your local barbershop and it's been discontinued. Well, I bring you glad tidings of great joy. All you have to do is wait another 30 years and make your way to Paris, Arkansas. And you, my friend, are going to get your own. Head over to stirlingsoap.com where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Cool Blue. You know why I love this? I think this might be one of the absolute OGs because the originals all had very similar DNA. And if you take Aqua Velva Blue and turn up the bass notes until they become their own character, you get something pretty close to this, I think, or at least first cousins once removed. I adore this. And y'all, what a great menthol level, just a little kiss of cold on my face, and one of the best shaves I've ever had. I am 5 minutes off this shave, and I am in flavor country. Rod, Mandy, we kind of vote for this in the full line because I am loving that EDT too. Welcome to Messages.
So for our January giveaway, and in honor of Adopted Acres opening their doors, we wanted to give you a chance to get one of their inaugural soaps for our giveaway.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSetYou at thebarbershopduet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here the first week of February to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. It's fun. Like, we've had a whole year of new soaps, new aftershaves, new scents, new cologne homages. Like, I feel like we still have barely tipped the iceberg of what this community and artisans can bring to us.
I love that too. That's not a shred of anything that we've smelled before, which means our path ahead is clear. I love that even back in the day, these folks were working in such different lanes that they all smell so different to us today. And the current scents that the artisans are creating are again so different.
Right?
This is not a Yankee Candle world, y'all.
No.
I bring you glad tidings of great joy.
I can't wait to see what 2025 was going to bring to the scent thing, because this is our last episode for 2024.
But if this is any indication of where these Black Friday releases have gone, I can't wait to start barreling through them. Y'all stay tuned in January and February.
We have a lot to get through of these little 3-ouncer tubs, but they got a good scent in here,
I'm
let me say.
excited.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.